I'm going to describe the difference between nearsighted and farsighted. I highly recommend you guys draw this and not just try to absorb it by osmosis. So here you have your eye, the basic components of the eye. The most superficial part is the cornea. The cornea does most of the bending of light as it enters the eye. And behind that you have the lens. The lens is like a hard ball, a clear hard ball, and it is pulled by muscles called ciliary muscles. You need to know that. They're going to pull the lens long when you're focusing on far objects and short when you're focusing on close objects. So when you're focusing on close objects, your muscles are contracted and tight. That's why when you stare at close objects or screens or phones all day, your muscles are tight and contracted. That's why you get eye fatigue, headaches, and eventually it can begin to damage your vision. All right, so when in the back of your eye, this is the big important part. This is the retina with the receptive cells that send the image to your brain. So the retina, that's the part that has the rods that see black and white and the cones that see color. Those are called photoreceptive cells, or receive light. So rods and cones are on the retina, and then behind that is the optic nerve, which I'm not going to draw because I'm going to show you nearsighted and farsighted. All right, so if you have perfect vision, if you have 20/20 vision, light enters your eye, it comes into your eye, and it gets bent by the cornea and goes to the lens, and it gets bent again by the lens, and it shines perfectly on the retina, like this. And they converge on the retina. And if that happens, you're very fortunate because you have perfect vision 20/20, which means on a Snellen chart, that chart in the doctor's office with the letters that go from bigger to smaller, that means at 20 feet away, you can read line 20 of that chart. That's what 20/20 means. The top number is the number of feet away you are. The bottom number is the line you're reading. All right, now let's say you have myopia. So remember, myopia is nearsighted, right? So when the light comes in, the cornea and lens bend it too much, and it focuses incorrectly in front of the retina. This is myopia, nearsightedness. And here's the cool thing. Are you guys aware when you get a prescription, it says a +1 or -1? That's the distance from the retina it is. So if it is really close, then it would be like a -1 or -1.5. But if it's focusing the light really far away, it would be like a -3. So the farther the light focuses, the worse the vision. Hyperopia is going to cause the lens and cornea don't bend it enough, right? So it focuses behind the retina. So in hyperopia, it converges behind the retina. This is hyperopia or farsightedness. This is hyperopia, farsightedness. And in this case, they would have a positive number. So to correct it, to converge the light, to bend the lens helps bend the light so it focuses on the retina. The whole point of a corrective lens is to correct the bending of the light so it focuses on the retina. Now, if you have astigmatism, you have a combination of both of these. You're not able to see near and you're not able to see far because the lens and cornea are asymmetrical, so they're bending it in all sorts of different ways. So they have to have a true custom lens for the shape of their lens and cornea. And whenever they go in and do corrective surgeries, then they would correct it to make the shape so that it's no longer misshapen. That's it. That's farsighted and nearsighted.